Lennon? I threw it to you. Sorry. I had to try to make the defense come off sides, you know?
I wish I had 25 more seconds of that. Oh my god, that was so good. It's so good.
The defense they didn't jump, so I had to hike the ball. I threw it to you.
Fuck.
So it's all on you, Biddy.
I missed it, but I will pick it up for a interception. I know that's not right. All right, folks.
Yeah, talk it.
Let's
dive
into season 3, episode 1, Woo! Aliens in the Old West. As you can imagine, it's about cowboys and aliens.
All right.
Yeehaw. Now, as we open up, it's not just about cowboys and aliens. We open with a clip from the 2011 smash hit movie Cowboys and Aliens, starring Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig, amongst others.
No, those are the only 2 important ones.
Olivia Wilde.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not going to say what I want to say because, well, people watch this.
All right. The clip.
I bet you she's wild in bed. Wow, I said it. God damn it.
The long clip is then followed up with a brief synopsis of the movie. And then it's also just followed up with the narrator praising the hell out of the directors and everything. And I wrote in here, is this episode just a trailer for the movie?
Yeah.
The narrator praises the mastercraft blending of storytelling and visuals by directors and producers for a little too long.
Hey.
So
it
inspired me to go do the research. The episode of Ancient Aliens, this particular one, aired on July 28th of 2011. Cowboys and Aliens was released in theaters on July 29th, 2011.
Oh, I wonder if that was a paid advertisement for the fucking movie.
Seriously. So the first 5 minutes of the episode and the last 5 minutes of the episode are pretty much the trailers.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. The praise concludes with the praise concludes with the narrator saying that some believe this story may have real-world roots.
Possible. No.
There's some really cool shit in this episode, though.
All right.
We start in Aurora, Texas.
Oh, hi, Aurora.
We find her. I hope she's not watching this.
Then we have issues.
We find ourselves being led through a cemetery in Aurora, talking about all the various headstones, but are reminded that there is an odd thing about this place, as there is one body that has no marker.
Texas two-step. Dan.
The only man to walk like a galloping horse on 2 legs.
I meant to say Tony Texas two-step. Tony two-step. Jesus Christ, I can't even say it. Why am I saying Texas? Tony two-step. Not to be confused with Tony Two Nuts.
This name's just Tony. The Aurora Cemetery in Texas was founded in 1861 before the Civil War, says Jim Mars.
Oh, Jim, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Jim Mars.
Jim Morris?
Not Jim Morrison.
Oh, okay. I got excited. I was like, I thought he was dead.
Jim Mars with 2 R's, like the planet, but with 1 R. But this one has 2.
Okay. All right. I like it. That's a lot of R's.
He describes why the cemetery is so notable. Legend says, this is pretty interesting. You'll like this.
I like it already.
Legend says that in April of 1897, a spaceship crashed into a windmill at a local judge's property, and the pilot was killed in the crash and was buried in the cemetery.
Ooh, I like
this.
Oh, we talk about it.
Craft, what?
Oh, this guy.
Not yet.
Children's.
The craft explained. Oh, papa.
Papa! A lot of jiggling. Sorry, guys. We were stomping.
Oh, the crash. No, still not right. The craft crashed.
Wait, how late were you doing this research?
About 11 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Well, it's explainable.
Yeah. The craft crashed with an explosion and plummeted to Earth in a fireball. A reporter showed up and described seeing a debris field and a success, but...
It's a success! It's crashed! Wow. That one crashed really good. We should try this one next.
Oh, maybe in the future they'll use this to get to the moon.
Yeah. It's a successful crash. Episode 6. The moon episode.
Yes.
Tons of crashes before we actually landed.
So the reporter showed up and described a debris field and a supposed pilot from another planet. He was deceased.
I would hope so after a fiery crash.
Yeah, the pilot was given a Christian burial and put in an unmarked, it's not unmarked because it was marked, and was put into a small grave that was marked.
His name was Mark.
Yeah, Mark the
Markuson.
marking pilot.
Mark the Martian.
Mark the Martian. Martinson. Marcus. Also, apparently local law enforcement arrived on the scene and cleared the wreck with none of it to be seen or heard from again.
Never saw it.
So, back in 1897, they were still doing this cover-up shit.
Really?
Supposedly.
1897.
Yes. Or supposedly,
Just repeated you.
some say that the judge buried the wreck, some of the debris, at the bottom of a deep well on his property. Now, this legend kind of faded throughout existence, or through time, the ages.
Throughout existence.
Throughout existence. There was the grave in the Aurora Cemetery that people knew, and then people must have forgot about over time, but knew the legend. But it wasn't until 1945 when a man named Brawley Oates, which,
Fucking love that name.
right,
Brawley Oates.
moved onto the property and began clearing the well of debris. Now, I don't know if this was done as he knew of the legend, or whether he needed the water out of the well and it was just clogged,
Yeah.
but just filled with the sweetest shoes. But sooner or later after, never specified when, he developed a severe case of arthritis and blamed the contaminated water from the well due to the debris from the ship.
Sorry, guys. That's not how arthritis works.
They showed a picture of him. He was
Right?
had some
Bad.
issues. So they never said how long after he developed it, whether it was a day, a week, or 75 years.
Right.
But nonetheless, he had some severe
It was-
arthritis.
Most likely like 50 fucking years later, and that's why they didn't mention it.
Probably. But he blamed the contaminated water from the well. The well was eventually cemented over by descendants of his.
Good.
Never to be accessed again. Lest everyone else get arthritis.
No arthritis.
The incident started to stir the pot on the Aurora incident and bring it back to light. And researchers wanted to exhume the body to study it. Jim Mars, I wrote.
Jim Mars?
I accidentally put a few J's in there. Jim Mars
Jim.
begins to show and tell us that he is one of the few people who remembers where the stone in the grave is located before it vanished, because he once saw it. Now, the headstone was disappeared. The headstone disappeared. And so he claims that he saw it before it disappeared. He
Gotcha.
knows where it is. So he's showing us where it's located. He says that supposedly ground penetrating radar was done in the past and proved there was in fact a small grave there.
Okay.
Small
there you
grave.
go.
Modern
Small
research,
grave, like a gray alien grave.
must possibly.
Possibly.
Must possibly. Must possibly.
Oh, so sorry.
Modern research,
Yes, sir.
though, has brought up inconclusive evidence.
Of course, always.
We are then transmitted to Adams County, Ohio. You know it's in Adams County, Ohio.
Yeah. Tory.
Sure.
I don't know. What's in Adams County, Ohio?
We get a brief explanation of the Ohio Territory how it was given to the Revolutionary War vets by George Washington following the war.
Old wooden teeth again.
No wooden teeth.
I know. We discussed this last episode.
I know. Hold on. Now I got to look it up. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
On these lands, the new owners discovered many Native American burial sites, including whatever the fuck Serpent Mound is. We're talking about Serpent Mound.
Sweet.
We are now discussing Serpent Mound, I wrote.
So,
Serpent Mound is being compared to the Nazca Lines. Both formations seem to be meant to be viewed from the sky, as
Yes.
it's a geoglyph. They both are geoglyphs.
yeah.
Actually, is that petroglyph? Nope, geoglyph. I'm correct. The narrator...
Is it geoglyph or petroglyph? No, it's a geoglyph. I'm correct. Sorry. Either way, you would have been correct and wrong.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong. You were correct.
Yeah. The narrator and the host are now discussing how peculiar it is that the Native Americans decided to build Serpent Mound on the edge of a crater. because it is built on,
On
the edge of a crater. Yeah. How
Could it be?
peculiar did they do this? It
Wow.
was quite.
I yawned like 40 times. My eyes are like lily watery.
I see that.
Oh, Lord. It was a late night last night, all
I
right?
see that. It's built on the edge of a crater.
Oh, it was built on an engine of crater.
Yeah, meteor crater. It was out there for it. Giorgio makes his appearance to talk about his first appearance of the episode to talk about the magnetic anomalies within the crater.
What are they?
Well, there's magnetic anomalies within.
Oh.
Also found in the crater is iridium.
Fish. Oh, iridium.
Tuna fish, you say?
I did. Said two fish, but
Iridium is also found within the crater, which they said is not very common to found on Earth.
okay.
But then they also say that it is used in our spacecraft.
I mean, if it came from a comet, not a comment,
Meteor.
either fucking way,
Comets are ice.
it didn't come from our fucking Earth.
Yeah. They believe that this,
Yeah.
along with the mound and the caves they bring up below it, point to evidence the aliens may have come to this location to mine it of iridium.
Okay. All right. This way, I don't have much of it.
Yes. The questions about the use of Serpent Mound through either its energy or its resources are shown at are thrown at us before telling us answers might be found in a more bizarre American West alien encounter.
Fievel.
You ready for this one?
Yeah. Let's go.
Palmyra, New York,
Where's
September
that?
21st, 1823.
Huh.
Immediately not in the west, basically the opposite direction.
Yeah. It's like New York, I think.
New York, I think it's next
upstate-ish.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So, oh boy, now we're going to talk about Joseph Smith.